Chapter 433. True, we can only be sure once we read the diary, but the odds are high enough. The diary is with the commander. I think he would let us see it if we express interest. Would you be able to read it if I bring it? I can read it, but first I would like to know why you are looking so uneasy when you say that. Enon raised his eyebrows sharply and folded his arms. I'm pretty sure that's the reason you came to me today, isn't it? ... Enon's ability to discern truth from lies was as always impressive. Yudhir silently looked down at Pethumet, who was hanging from the iron bars and swinging its tail. It was incredibly difficult to articulate his complicated situation and emotions. Enon, you know where I come from. Although he ambiguously stated that he came from the future, Enon would surely understand. But others don't. Considering the importance of the information he held, it was wise to keep the circle of people who knew Yudhir's secret to a minimum. But that was when he could judge everything based on utility alone, when he could trust no one fully and only move forward with his own safety and the prevention of impending disasters in mind. Until now, I had no intention of revealing that. He hadn't gone to great lengths to hide it either. For what Yudhir wanted to accomplish, he had to move in a way that raised some suspicion. So, he had been blatantly suspicious in front of people like Nathan Zuckerman to achieve his goals and had initially revealed his identity to Enon out of necessity. But if I borrow that diary this time, then the commander will likely get a better sense of what you're interested in, increasing the chances that your secret will be discovered. Is that your concern? Yes. I thought you might have shared some of your secrets with him as well, considering how close you seem to be. Quite unexpected. Enon moved closer to the iron bars and flicked the head of Pethumet, who was swinging its tail in an attempt to get closer to Yudhir. As the small monster toppled over, a bit of venom dripped from the tip of its tail. So, even though he might have been suspicious of you, he just left you be? You're definitely no ordinary human. Yeah. What do you mean by yeah? Think this as a compliment. I mean that you're not normally insane, both you and him. Exasperated, Enon took a long breath. His hand hovered near his face as if he wanted to pinch his cheeks, but eventually dropped down. Let's clear one thing up. Is it the mere fact that your secret might be exposed that bothers you, or is there something else involving the commander? Suppressing the tightening sensation in his chest, Yudhir answered with minimal emotion. If I have to say, it's the latter. Enon's amber eyes darkened slightly. Yudhir looked at him, opening his mouth as if he wanted to ask something more, then chose his words carefully. While you may have guessed to some extent, I didn't come back here just because I saw good things. A lot has changed from then to now. The environment, the people, everything. Yudhir Ale had witnessed countless deaths and calamities, and had even been directly involved in some of them. At the end, he himself concluded his life bearing the name of a sinner. Even after his return, and after changing many things, those facts had not completely disappeared within him. And the one who's changed the most is the commander. Right, now I can see why you are so concerned about him without needing to hear any more. But so what? Enon spat out roughly. If you're already suspicious but still getting along with him, what's the problem? From what I see, just go on and do your thing as you usually do. If you're really worried, just tell him as much as you have told me. You can just give him the broad strokes, leaving out the details. It's not that easy to. So, it was easy for you to barge into my peaceful life and demand my help But this is hard? Where is that insane confidence you had? You're amusing. I am the fool for worrying because you looked unhappy. Worry? Before Yudhir could respond to that, Enon sharply pinched his cheek. Just proceed as usual. I gave you the medicine that ignited your libido. Just use my name and ask for more. Enon. He wanted to tell him that he had been too loud, but his cheeks were being stretched, making it hard to speak. Seizing the opportunity, Enon pinched and shook his other cheek. No, I will go see the commander tomorrow. I have been wondering whether I would be more useful to him these days anyway. Are you really serious? Even while his head was shaking, Yudhir couldn't ignore these words. Yes. After giving Yudhir's cheek a final firm slap, Enon sighed and rubbed his forehead. A torrent of harsh words spilled from his mouth. Seriously, I have never met anyone like you. It's astonishing. Why can't you just live like ordinary people doing what you want? And I too, damn it. Sorry. Yudhir apologized reflexively. Enon pinched his cheek again, saying not to apologize. Yudhir had thought Enon hadn't taken offense until now, but seeing the fiery glint in his yellow eyes, he wondered if he'd been mistaken. That's it. From now on, call me Big Brother. You're not giving anything but just causing stress. So, I should at least get that level of respect. ... What? You don't like it? I don't want to be called grandfather or uncle, so just stick with Big Brother. Enon sharply inquired as Yudhir remained silent, his mouth slightly open. But the reason Yudhir couldn't answer was that Enon's words had evoked memories of his past life. Their relationship had begun in the previous life when Enon found Yudhir severely injured and collapsed in a back alley. Dodging the pursuers who had followed him, Enon naturally brought Yudhir to his apothecary and hid him, pretending he was his younger brother. After that incident, Enon naturally began calling himself Big Brother. Of course, Yudhir had not played along with this act, but their mysterious connection had continued, and Yudhir had often been compelled to refer to him as Big Brother as a result. Is it that hard to let me heal you? Huh? Are you some kind of animal? Why do you always get so defensive? Do you even know how expensive this medicine is? There is more to life than just getting injured. Why don't you just carry some weight in my apothecary? Initially, Yudhir did not trust Enon. He thought Enon's appearance and circumstances were suspicious. However, as their relationship continued over the years, Yudhir had no choice but to believe at least that Enon had a disposition that wouldn't turn away those in need. Enon's apothecary was always open to the poor in the capital. Despite his harsh manner, he gave medicine to everyone without demanding much payment. Many genuinely liked him. For those who couldn't even afford to go to a temple or a doctor, that place was the only sanctuary they could comfortably seek. Enon never charged Yudhir for the treatment either. Once, when Yudhir tried to leave a significant amount of money, Enon firmly told him to just treat him like an older brother instead. His nature had not changed, even in the last letter he left behind. And now, after such a long time, he said the same thing to Yudhir again. ... Young lad, where did you pick up the bad habit of trying to bear everything alone? Yudhir stared blankly at Enon's crumbling face and then lowered his eyes.